What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I came across an old Facebook post, it was like today, 10 years ago. I don't know what it's called, your memories, whatever. So, a memory from 10 years ago on Facebook that says something old has to end in order for something new to begin. I realized I didn't consider that something old being like an old lifestyle for myself, like to propel me into where I want to be in the future or where I want to be, right? So every day I wake up as if I have this set amount of dollars in my bank account. Every day I wake up and I move as if all my books are selling and they're top, award-winning books. Every day I am moving like that person. And in order for that person to have come about, right, something old has had to end. And there was a lot of light shedding on me this past couple days about what it is that I need to fix and within. And it's very humbling, to say the least, that, even though I come here and I talk to you guys, myself, and God, and I sit here and I tell these things, and then just sometimes understanding comes in time when it needs to. So just like before, when I was pregnant and I was having conversations with you guys, some of the things, I was actively doing it. So I had the knowledge, you know what I mean? And I was going forth with it, with the wisdom. But I didn't quite understand, and I didn't have understanding. So with knowledge and wisdom brings about understanding. And that's kind of what's going on now. So I have the knowledge. I knew these things from even before I got married. I have the wisdom putting forth it into my marriage and in myself. And then now I have an understanding, which is funny because now I have kids and that births a whole new understanding of who I am. So I think it's cool, especially if you know anything about, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, mathematics. Very cool to see that come into light and come into fruition. Very cool to see just the changes being brought about me that brings about change around everything else. And it's just a very trippy psychedelic moment. I talked about one of my affirmations is if you change your thought, you change your words, you change your world. And that's exactly what is happening. I think I may have changed my words, right? But I didn't change my internal dialogue. And it wasn't until recently that I started changing it. I say recently, and I say within the past 6 months. When I was pregnant and you guys heard me talking about it, it was different because I didn't have that understanding. Now I have my daughter around, and I want to be the best example of a woman for her. I don't want her to look up to other women. Yes, it's nice to have role models, right? But I don't want her to, when she thinks of what a good woman is, her to think of anything other than me. So I had to let some old things go in order for that to fulfill, because I didn't believe myself as the best woman I could be for myself. You know what I mean? For me. You have to let that old thing go to get a new. The same thing I try to teach my son. He loves rocks. So he's going around collecting rocks. I'm like, you got to let some of these go so we have space for better ones. And that can just apply to anything. Letting old habits go, sitting around not binge eating, even though I was a binge eater, but sitting around stress eating sweets for dopamine rises, or trying to doom scroll away tiredness and not being present. Just really forgetting about yourself, because if you don't tend to yourself, you have an excuse to not be present, right? You'll be like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. And you never step foot in what you need to do because you have an excuse. That's another thing. Don't find excuses. Take accountability. Really do a reality check of what you're, yourself, and see what it is that you can let go to make you propel into where you need to be. For me, I knew right away what it was. It was the sweets. Got a sweet tooth. I can't help it. Yum, yum, yum. Delicioso. But it's the sweets. And not that sweets are bad, right? It's these processed sweets, right? So eating natural sugars, whether it comes from fruit, dates, honey, maple syrup, molasses, things like that, and trying to make an alternative. So that's where I'm at with it. In case you were wondering, that's what I have for that. I want to see if maybe, and I may not get it, but we've been lucky. See if maybe there's something in alignment about letting go to get to what we need to, where we need to go. So let's see if there's something about letting go to get where we need to, and my book, The Aftershock. Well, don't say the, but Aftershock. Aftershock to me is about letting go. The main character has to let go of this ideal image that she has to propel forward and to live into the new society that they're in. So it would make sense that we find something, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Let's see. Okay, here it goes. That stands out to me. It says, you did not create this problem. So I'm trying to see what's before and after it. You did not create this problem, she said, but you have the power to address it, and you have not addressed it, and people are being harmed in the space between your power and your actions. What would you have us do? He asked, not defensively, but genuinely. The question of a man who was asking because he needed answers. Elena prepared herself for this too. She opened a folder she had brought. She said, we start here. So that goes. That fits. Oh, dang, I lost the page. But it's fitting. So you might not necessarily have created your problem. You did not create this problem. It may have been something that's generational or taught to you or so forth. But you have the power to address it, and you didn't. You haven't yet. You're still stuck in the same patterns. You still haven't let go. And people are being harmed, whether it's you or your kids or your loved ones or your parents, whatever. People are being harmed. It might not necessarily be no dramatic thing, but they're, you know what I mean, affected. People are harmed in the space between your power and your actions. So you have this undeniable power to do this, right? But you haven't addressed it and you haven't took action. And when you do, it can change multiverses, so to speak. Anyways, but it starts here. It starts with you. It starts now. Hopefully you take that and you go with it. But anyways, go check out the series. You could read Aftershock by itself, or you can start with Baseline and then finish with Intimate. But check the link in the bio. I love you. God loves you. Peace.